Hey guys, it's Kenshi again. Today I want to talk about something kind of relevant to what made me initially make the 3-character video, and that's KOF's player retention issue at a tournament level, right? So recently on Twitter, and basically the whole reason I made that last video, the 3-character one, is because someone in the KOF community asked, what does KOF need to change in order for more people to play? And, of course, that's always starts some discourse on Twitter. It always starts discourse. But today I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that question. And the answer is KOF doesn't need to change anything. It is not KOF's fault as a game that people aren't playing it. That is not the issue here. The reason KOF's player retention for tournaments is bad is actually because of SNK. And I want to get into why I think that. So right now, I think the main issue with SNK and KOF's player retention for tournaments is SNK's marketing and transparency is really bad. Like, at the beginning of KOF 15's lifespan, a lot of people were interested in it. Like, astronomically higher than I expected. And it was kind of crazy to see how many people were trying out KOF 15, especially compared to how the launch of KOF 14 was. And we lost a good chunk of them. But that always happens, after the first 2 weeks you lose a bunch of players, but one thing I feel like really kind of hurt KOF's player retention is SNK wasn't being transparent with a lot of things. Like, there was always, talks about matchmaking issues. I've never personally experienced them, and it's just not, maybe we're just not playing ranked enough, As a dedicated KOF player, I don't normally play ranked. I didn't start playing ranked until recently. I'm always in lobbies. But, that's besides the point. Another thing besides that, though, like, SNK wasn't transparent about that. And my personal biggest issue with SNK right now is every time there's an SNK World Championship qualifier, we don't know until like a week before the event actually is. So let's just throw out, like tournaments, right? So Combo Breaker, like that's one I go to every year. And I don't remember if it was an SNK World Championship qualifier or not. But Combo Breaker is always Memorial Day weekend, and if it was, SNK announced the World Championship qualifier literally right the week before, just the weekend before. And they do this so much. There's always issues with communication with SNK about when is this World Championship qualifier? Is this event going to be one? Is this event going to be one? And, as a somewhat decent KOF player, I would like to go to the World Championship qualifier events. But if I don't know it's going to be a World Championship qualifier, I can't afford to go to every major just hoping it's going to be, for an SNK World Championship qualifier event, I don't know until the week before the event, and that's not nearly enough time for me to plan for this major. And I can only afford to go to, like 3 or 4 majors max a year. So if I don't know it's going to be a World Championship qualifier, I'm going to choose what events I go to based on how much I personally like that event. Like, I'll always go to Combo Breaker. I think Combo Breaker is the best major tournament in the world. It's just fantastic, right? I'll always go to Combo Breaker, and I'll always try to go to EVO now. I don't really like EVO as a tournament, but I like hanging out with my friends in Vegas. That's always fun. So those are my two main, you know, like, events that I want to go to. I try to go to some East Coast events, but it doesn't always happen, and a lot of the events that I've gone to in the past have disappointed me. I'm not gonna drop names on what events, you know, disappointed me or whatnot. This isn't about that. But if I knew so-and-so event that I would never go to normally, based on my experiences, was an SNK qualifying event, I would make plans to go to it. I would definitely try to go to that event. And then I find out a week before and I don't have enough time to plan or save or anything, so it's just like, oh well, I guess I'm screwed then, you know? That is entirely on SNK. It's so sad that I could tell you what is Capcom Cup qualifying events, or, you know, like Tekken World Series events. Two games I don't really follow, but I could tell you months in advance what tournaments are going to be, you know, those events. Because Capcom and Namco are very transparent about their World Series. They let you know, like, hey, this is going to be a qualifying event. SNK, do better. You'd never let us know. And, you know, like, KOF players, you know, not all, but most KOF players are busy, right? Like, a lot of them have, you know, kids, they have, jobs, you know, like, fighting games are not their, you know, entire life. So, we can't just go to events because it's going to be an event that, you know, we can't just do that. We have to know, hey, it's going to be an SNK Championship qualifier, you should go here. And we need to know that months in advance. We need to know it much sooner. Another issue, you know, besides that, is currently, you take a look at the three, you know, I'm just going to use Tekken and Street Fighter as examples. The two big ones, right? You take a look at those games, and then you take a look at SNK. There is so much more money put into Tekken and Street Fighter compared to SNK games. You could, theoretically, if you were an amazing player, you could make a living off of tournaments for Street Fighter or tournaments for Tekken if you're consistently a top, you know, 3 finalists, right? SNK, we don't got that kind of money. It's okay that we don't have that kind of money, but you take that casual player, and what do you think allures them? Even if they can't get that far, the idea that they could potentially win this much money will make them want to play, make them want to get better, make them want to keep coming to these tournaments. SNK doesn't have that. Like, what was Street Fighter's, like, the Capcom Cup prize thing? Wasn't it, like, over $1 million or some stuff like that? Like, that's insane! That's a lot of money! I almost thought about being a Street Fighter player. I thought about coming back. You know, I used to play Third Strike all the time. I used to play Street Fighter 4 all the time. I thought about coming back. But I'm like, I don't really care for Street Fighter 6. Like, yeah, it's a good game, but it's not for me. But KOF, it doesn't have that. So you take these people who are driven by, you know, the allure of winning a lot of money, and they're already not interested in our game because where's our money? We don't got that much money. On top of SNK not being transparent about what's a World Championship qualifier event, you know, like, that, it sucks. It sucks. We need to know this stuff in advance, and we just don't. Money aside, you know, like, if it's an SNK World Championship qualifier, I'm sure there's money in that, a lot more than just, like, whatever's in the prize pool for, you know, your typical major on the East or West Coast that isn't Evo or Combo Breaker or one of those really big ones. I don't want to name drop anything because, like I said, I don't like most majors, so I don't want to throw shade on anything. But yeah, we need more awareness for when our World Championship events are, and that's just at a competitive level. We're not going to get into like the single player stuff. SNK needs to do better with that kind of thing too. I know a lot of people, you know, complain that there's not enough tutorials or there's not enough single player content, and that's, you know, that's casual retention. We can actually use one of our older KOF games as a prime example. KOF 13's netcode was completely atrocious back on PS3 and 360. It was unplayable online. It was absolutely unplayable. But somehow, some way, I still managed to clock about 300 hours into KOF 13 across, you know, PS3 and Steam and Xbox, just because of single player content. And 13's wasn't even that great, but we had, you know, a fantastic trial mode that really challenged the player and really challenged their execution. Survival's kind of funny. Time attack, that's whatever. Story was, you know, whatever. Arcade was whatever. Those are standard, but like, you go back even further and you look at like 02UM or 98 UMFE and 98 UM. They have this weird trial mode that like puts you in these situations where you have to do certain like missions, and I know one of them from 02UM was like parry the entirety of Ignis's super or something like that with Rio, or it was something to that effect. And that kind of thing, that kind of gimmicky thing is really interesting to, you know, non-competitive players. That kind of thing is fun, and you had to do stuff to unlock characters. I mean, now we're in the competitive age. I don't expect games to force us to unlock characters, but sometimes I kind of wish there was a free way to unlock DLC characters by playing the game. It can be, you know, some stupid thing you gotta do in arcade mode. It can be some stupid trial that you gotta do. Or it could be like Street Fighter V's fight money. But oh my god, that was a lot of playing to get the character that you wanted if you didn't want to pay cash. But still gave you a free option. And because how much fight money you had to earn, you were definitely playing that game. If you wanted to play, like, I don't know, DLC character, whatever, you were playing that game because you didn't want to pay. And I think that is important. I think ways to unlock things are important. But also, having that paid option so you don't have to do that is also important. You know, one thing I hate about KOF 15, I love DJ Station, and I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but I love DJ Station, right? Fantastic thing. It's a fantastic concept. I unlocked everything on PS4, but I own this game on PS5 and PC. I'm not doing it again. I don't want to do it again. That was a lot of bullshit arcade mode grinding. Just give me an option to pay like $5 so I can unlock all the songs on freaking Steam. It's nice to have them when I'm not doing song request streams, you know, like I would like to have the entire catalog that I have on PS4. I just don't want to do it again. That was a lot of bullshit. But the option to have a free option and a paid option, I feel like more game companies, not just SNK, but more game companies need to do that. I'm getting a little bit off topic, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think KOF's player retention issue is? Do you think it's because of the points that I have expressed? Do you think it's because of something else? And if it is something else that the community can help with, please leave a comment and let us know, because if it's something I can like record a video on and make easier for you, I will do it. I would absolutely do it. So let us know. But if it's something that SNK has to do, make a comment. I want SNK to see that these are things that they need to do better. So if you got this far, thank you so much for watching. Please follow me on Twitch. I stream there all the time. You can subscribe to me on YouTube. I would appreciate it, but it's not important. Twitch is a much more important platform to me. So thank you for watching, and please follow me on Twitch. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you disliked it. I'm gonna call it here, and have a good day, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Ready, go! The goddess